Hello, this is Billy Joe Saunders, WBO middleweight champion of the world. Subscribe to Sport and Icons to stay in touch with all the top news. God bless you all.
Okay, so Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, WBC, lineal, and of course two-time Ring Magazine heavyweight world champion, took to his social media, Instagram to be precise, within the story mode, and he's going in on Eddie Hearn, calling him a few choice names, saying how is he forgetting that he also promotes Billy Joe Saunders, not just Canelo Alvarez, and all these kind of things. Frank Warren is 10 times the promoter of Eddie Hearn because of this kind of situation. You've got Billy Joe Saunders looking in there, smiling, laughing a little bit. So, again, if you haven't seen that, there's no point me putting a link to his Instagram for his story mode, because story modes only last a couple of hours anyway. So I'll put a link to a YouTube channel, okay, where they will have this particular video, and I'll probably choose Pep Talk. Now, to bring up the point of what it is that Tyson Fury is getting at, firstly, I think that Billy Joe Saunders and Tyson Fury are just winding up Eddie Hearn a little bit. But of course, they are mixing in some elements of truth here. And we'll get into that as this video goes along. Now, to start off with Tyson Fury's words that Frank Warren is 10 times the man, the promoter of Eddie Hearn, because, you know, clearly he's insinuating that Frank Warren would never do that. When he's promoting two fighters, he'll sit on the fence and do it professionally. But that's not true, though, is it? Because we don't have to go back too far, where Frank Warren promotes Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce and was heavily favouring Daniel Dubois and really, really wanted Daniel Dubois to beat Joe Joyce. In fact, he was visibly upset that Joe Joyce beat Daniel Dubois. So again, Frank Warren does this far worse. Frank Warren, very, very similar to Anthony Yarde and Lyndon Arthur. He didn't want Lyndon Arthur to win. He wanted Anthony Yarde to win. Okay, so again, let's be honest about it. But, I mean, I suppose at least with Frank Warren, you kind of know where you stand. I mean, that's one good thing that we can say about the whole situation. Anyway, now with Eddie Hearn, is he overly biased when it's coming to Canelo Alvarez, and he's not showing the same energy when it comes to Billy Joe Saunders? To a point, yes. I think he is. Is that disappointing? Yes. It is. But I'm disappointed because I'm a biased Brit. I want Billy Joe Saunders to beat Canelo Alvarez. I would love nothing more than that to happen. I've been a fan of Billy Joe Saunders for a long time. And of course, with Mark Tibbs, I've spoken to Mark Tibbs countless times, text messages, phone calls, and all kinds of things. I've interviewed him a couple of times on this channel and that as well. I've got all the time in the world for Mark Tibbs. For me, he's a world-class trainer. I mean, I haven't spoken to Mark Tibbs too much lately. I don't know, I've got a feeling that maybe Mark isn't too sure where it is that I sit when it comes to him and Dillian Whyte split. I'm not too sure if that's kind of in the way. I don't know. I mean, I hope he doesn't feel that way. But anyway, now, is Eddie Hearn, does Eddie Hearn want Billy Joe Saunders to win? Or does he want Canelo Alvarez to win? I don't know, is the honest answer. I really don't know. If I had to guess, I'll probably say he wants Canelo Alvarez to win. But at the same time, I don't think Billy Joe Saunders is really that kind of person that needs the warm arm or warm blanket around his shoulder from his promoter. I don't think Billy Joe Saunders is that kind of person. So, which is why I think he's winding up Eddie Hearn a little bit. But if you to look at it from a business perspective and even from an ego perspective, Eddie Hearn has the face of boxing here in the UK, Anthony Joshua. And now he's got the face of boxing stateside in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Of course, we're talking Mexico, America, and that as well. He's got the bragging rights right now. And where DAZN comes in, very, very important that Canelo Alvarez is part of that platform. Now, this is his final fight under the contract that he has with Saul Canelo Alvarez, but we've heard Eddie Hearn speak in the past how he's looking to go further than this with Canelo Alvarez. He's mentioned about putting on shows in Mexico with Saul Canelo Alvarez. They've got huge plans going forward. So from a business perspective, Canelo Alvarez is the one who brings the money. He's the one who's promoting the platform. Even if Billy Joe Saunders was to defeat Canelo, it wouldn't be anywhere near the impact as Canelo Alvarez continuing as champion. And that's a business perspective, isn't it? So I think from that side, yes, he wants Canelo Alvarez to win. Eddie Hearn has said quite a few times how he's a fanboy of Canelo. So that'll tell you in itself. Now, Eddie, he said that he's backed Billy Joe Saunders and that before, which he has. But ultimately, at the end of the day, does he really want Billy Joe Saunders to win? I don't think he'd be gutted if it happened. I think that he would be happy for Billy Joe. But at the same time, I think he'd be a little bit upset. I really do, because he's going to want Canelo Alvarez going forward, isn't he? He is. Continuing. If you want to call himself the best promoter in the world, then you need the best fighters in the world on your platform or platforms. Canelo Alvarez fits that model. Billy Joe Saunders is under contract with Eddie Hearn. Again, we can look back at it and say where Tyson says that Frank Warren is much better promoter than Eddie Hearn. Well, at least Eddie Hearn got Billy Joe Saunders the Canelo Alvarez fight, something Frank Warren never did. This is one of the reasons why Billy Joe Saunders left Frank Warren. But I would love nothing more than to see Eddie Hearn giving the same energy when Rocky Fielding fought Canelo Alvarez, when Callum Smith fought Canelo Alvarez, when Daniel Jacobs fought Canelo Alvarez, where he wanted these guys to beat Canelo Alvarez. That's what he wanted. But now Canelo is somewhat under his umbrella. He doesn't really have that same energy anymore. So when it comes to Billy Joe Saunders, he doesn't have that same energy that he did with the other ones. And as a biased Brit, Eddie Hearn said that he's a biased Brit. He said it many, many times. But ever since he signed over to DAZN, that seems to have dispersed a little bit. It's all about his fighters. It's all about who are the bigger guys with more marquee value. Canelo Alvarez don't get much bigger, really, does it? So he is a fanboy of Canelo. He is awestruck by Canelo. He loves hanging around with Canelo, and he loves the bragging rights of promoting Canelo. So I think, if I had to guess, I'd probably say that he probably wants Canelo Alvarez to win. Should that bother Billy Joe? No, it shouldn't. And I don't think it does. As I said before, I don't think Billy Joe Saunders needs that warm blanket around his shoulders from his promoter. I don't think he needs that. I think he likes being the underdog. He's got a good team in that around him. He's got Mark Tibbs in that around him. He's got Tyson Fury in that around him. But again, we can look at it from that perspective with Eddie Hearn. You've got Billy Joe Saunders, who is clearly on the side of Tyson Fury, and rightfully so he should be, going against his other golden ticket in Anthony Joshua. So again, it's all business, isn't it? That's all it really is. But going forward, if Billy Joe Saunders was to defeat Canelo, which I hope that he does, would Eddie Hearn be absolutely gutted? I think deep down he's going to be a little bit upset about it, because that will hurt his business, won't it? Because it doesn't matter how good Billy Joe Saunders is, he can defeat Canelo, get the rematch, and defeat Canelo again. I don't think Billy Joe Saunders will ever be the kind of big name that Canelo is. Honestly, I really don't. I mean, his profile will boost, that is for sure, but he'll never be a Canelo Alvarez. I don't think there anybody out there could possibly be another Canelo Alvarez. So I understand all their point is, and that's for sure. Anyway, you drop me your thoughts in the comment section below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.